Here with head coach Anna Nimz and senior Maya Blake after the Demons pick up the 80-45 win tonight over Southern New Orleans. Coach, opening thoughts, statement on tonight's win.
Obviously, always happy to come out with a win. Always happy to be playing in front of our home fans here in Prather. So definitely some positives there. Good to go into Thanksgiving with a win under our belt. A lot of correctable moments. Didn't come out playing really well in the first. Definitely not again in the third. So I'm excited to be able to watch film and get to practice tomorrow. But a lot of moments that we can choose to learn and grow from. And that's what you got to do with sometimes maybe a game that, although it was a good win, there was just a lot of moments that we kind of let go, and we've got to continue to correct those to put us in a position to have success in the Southland, and that's what non-conference is about.
You mentioned the kind of a slow start there in the first and third quarters. Felt like in the second quarter, when you guys went to the press and started, forced, I think it was at least 4 or 5 straight turnovers that created some energy that led to some good offense and good defense on that side as well.
Yeah, I mean at that point, in the second we challenged them again, and we had game goals. We didn't necessarily hit all of them, but we had game goals for what we wanted to accomplish aside from a win. We had some game goals that we had discussed. And I thought they did a good job in the second quarter. Right, we came out really slow in the first, and then gave up 12 points, I believe, in the first, but then held them to 4 points in the second. So proved that. When we're locked in, we absolutely can get it done. And yes, that absolutely, that drove some energy and that drove some offensive success. I believe we scored 26 in the second, and so definitely, like I said, definitely some positives that we're going to pull away from tonight's game, and then definitely some areas in which we need to get corrected real quick and in a hurry.
Maya, give me your perspective on that sort of press, that defense that you guys played during that second quarter, to kind of get the energy going. What was that like on the court, and how would that go?
I would say it definitely amped us up. Even when we went back to the half court, I felt like our defense was more intense after we started the press. It got our momentum going for sure.
From your perspective on tonight, 17 points, 8 assists, 6 rebounds, probably one of your most all-around games. Just talk about how you're feeling out there, moving the ball, shooting the ball, all that sort of stuff.
Today my shot wasn't the best, but that's not where it all starts. I think I'm doing better on the defensive end. Compared to the last 3 years, so I feel like that's keeping me involved a lot more, like all around, definitely.
Hone in a little bit on the role as the point guard, especially when you see, obviously you had the 17 points, but V with 20 points, Sharna with 18, Nia with 7, a lot of different people getting involved, and you're sort of facilitating that. Talk about it specifically as it goes into tonight and how you felt and sharing the ball with your teammates.
Sharing the ball for me keeps me going as well. Like us scoring outside of me is what I like. I like to dish the ball, see the open cuts. That's something I'm good at. So. And
I gotta ask you about, I think it was the second quarter, maybe after a turnover, you run the floor, Jasmine's over there. Tell me about the behind the back pass to get that one. How fun was that?
That was fun. I haven't did that in a while, so definitely fun.
Coach, you mentioned some things I want to highlight in terms of immediate corrections. I know we talked about the turnovers and those bunny shots, as you call them, right around the basket. You got to be top of the list.
Yeah, definitely. We talked actually the last few days about just 2-foot shots, and paint points. I think if you go back to the 3 games there in Texas. These kids played their tails off. It wasn't for a lack of effort. I thought they executed. I thought defensively, every game they got better, but we're missing our success in the paint. And that's not a jab at the fives, right? That's their entire offense is predicated off of paint touches and then kickouts, and we're just not finishing those points right around the rim. And so it's being locked in. It's having confidence, and we don't give you that. We put the ball in your hand. That should give you the confidence to go, because obviously if we're putting play in or running a play for you, then we believe in you. So that's just going to have to get fixed, right? And we do a lot of 2-foot shooting drills, but at the end of the day, you got to train as hard as you go in a game, and until that always happens, then sometimes those are going to be missed. And so we got to get that corrected. I think they had 23 points off our 21 turnovers, and that's just completely unacceptable. So the ball's got to mean more to us. And that's actually something that in the last few days, although we've talked about it a lot, we've amped up, what it's going to mean in practice for those turnovers as well. But again, we have a really good group of kids, and we've got a lot of good players, but we're still figuring it out, and we're still figuring out what it means to live the standard. And so I believe they will, but, tomorrow's going to be a tough day, and then we'll be off for Turkey Day.
Well, like you said several times over the past few years, it's always easier to learn and grow from a win than it is from a loss, and that's the opportunity we have.
100%.
Coach, Maya?
Happy Thanksgiving.
Fork 'em.